Hey guys. So I'm gonna give it a second. Spontaneous live at 6:50 something in the morning. Guys, I'm just gonna start talking because I just felt like doing a live today. And it's gonna go up the same way as all of them go up, so it doesn't really matter if I do a live stream or not. So those of you that will come on will go ahead and come on, and those of you that will catch it later will catch it later. It's just actually easier for me to do it this way, to get it out there for those people that are expecting a video at 7 a.m. Well, hello, we're live. We're live. Okay, guys. So, hey, Megzy. Hey, Lisa. How you doing? So, how is everybody this morning? Happy morning. I hope you guys got your coffee. I left mine over here, so hang on. I wanted to say good morning. I saw some videos. Wanted to have a little bit of fun. Sunny, how you doing? Simply Karen, Lisa, good morning. Haven't seen you in a minute. Okay. So woot woot. Okay, guys. Hello. Hello. Okay, so Megsy, I want to move to Scotland. I'm serious. Can you give me some advice about that? I think you're from Scotland. Are you from Scotland? Or you might be. I'm sorry, I think you're from Australia, right? But I do have some Scottish people. Good morning, Donna. Whoa, Donna. Okay, let's give it a few minutes, I reckon. How is everybody this morning? Good morning, Susie. How is everybody this morning? Good? Everybody having a excuse me, a good day? We're waking and baking here. That's a lie. I've been up since like 3:30 in the morning. I'm in Australia. Okay. I got it. Yeah. And I was invited to Australia where those big ass bugs are. Big ass bugs. Ask Deanna. I want to go to Scotland. Can you give me some advice, please? Sonny's doing good. Christy's doing good. Monday morning monster. Don't be one today. Jade Topaz, how you doing? Fun fact, my family moved here to Australia from Scotland exactly 210 years ago. I love Scotland. No. Why would I change I'm going to Scotland. That's where I want to live my final chapter. What's wrong with you, girl? The Highlands. I want to go to Fort William. I was listening to videos all night, going to sleep. Bugs are your backup dancers. Bugs are my backup dancers. They're big over there, and pretty big. All right, guys, listen, there's enough of you. Well, I just want to know, like, where you're from. Like, are you familiar at all with the Highlands? You know, obviously I have dogs. I need to make sure that my dogs have care there. Just if you do you mind writing to me? Can you write to me? I do have questions. I don't want necessarily everybody to know my questions, if that's okay. I've been to Scotland several times. I wouldn't pick a place to live that I've never been to, though I've done that before, so that's not true. I've been to Sweden too. I've been to was I in Stockholm? Yeah, I was where I took a cruise ship and I left from Sweden. I love Fort William. I live in a small, beautiful place next to the sea. Oh, that's so write to me. I won't tell anybody where you live. So you live I guess away from the metropolitan areas, right? Yeah, I've been there. I love Scotland. My favorite city is Edinburgh, but I don't want to live in a city again. So, I mean, I don't. Okay, I'm hot now. Hang on. I don't know why it's so warm in here because it's kind of cold outside, to be honest with you. Like it's chilly outside. But anyway, okay, guys. So here is the thing. I want to talk about what's going on with Gypsy. Guys, Ryan Anderson is looking pathetic while Gypsy's looking desperate. How you doing, Lisa Kennedy? So hello to everybody. Yeah, I know. I love Fort William. I've been there several times. I think it's a great place that I could live with my pets and be happy. There's a lock right there, as you know. There's a mountain in the background. Beautiful. And it looks like there's enough to do there. Ride kangaroos. No, thank you. I love Edinburgh, but I love it better than Glasgow. I love the architecture. Let me put it like that. I love the architecture. Okay. All right. Is there really kangaroo riding? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm a gullible bitch. No. But for all I know, you can ride a kangaroo. You get on their shoulders and you could box. Remember, you know how to play chicken in the pool? You know how you get on? You could get on a kangaroo there and play chicken, I heard. They have, yeah, it costs like 10. What's your money there? Guys, Peppermint Patty, how you doing? One of your friends lives in Fort William. See, you could help me. There's questions I want to know. How's the vets there for my puppies? I need to know about things like, do they have doggy daycare? Is that such a thing? You know, can I rent something in Fort William? So anyway, there's questions like that. Bobby, how you doing? Janae, how you doing? You ready for today? We're ready for you. 9 a.m. You're ready. Guys, we're going to be going live on the other channel. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip. Rebecca Mitchell and I always do Monday mornings. You know, we're trying to get through the week. And we got a couple speakers. I have 2 speakers, I believe, that are going to come on in the morning. The architecture is amazing. And I love some of the stores there. Yeah. Okay, guys, seriously, you ready to go with Gypsy? So I have no lie. I don't think I have 10 seconds of a video here, but a lot to talk about it. They have them in Florida too. Those bastards are called palmetto bugs, and you could fly them. You can rent them to fly from one place to the other. Okay, you ready? What time is it over there, Toddy? It's 9 p.m. on Monday night here. So it's 7 a.m. here. So you're 12 hours ahead, I guess? No, 12 hours would be 7 a.m. So you're 14 hours ahead. Shilly Shally, I hope everything's all right. Don't forget the other channel, guys. The other channel. I don't know. Private home with how many dogs? Like, that's the stuff. CJB, how you doing? How you doing? All right. Okay. So, guys, I just want to show you some stuff with Gypsy. And seriously, this is like really, it's quick, but I think it says a lot. So let's look at it.
How people work sometimes.
Oh, this is about Ryan first. My bad. Let's go about Ryan, and then we'll go to Gypsy because that's the way I set it up. But no lie, you guys saw this. I got this from Night Combos, KNIGHTCONVOS, Lovey and Hubby. Yeah, guys. And Jamie and I have been on that channel a couple times. I've been on there a couple times, and Jamie and I did a skit of Dr. Frank and Jimmy Bobby on that channel too. So check them out if you don't know who they are. They're a young couple. They've got, you know, a pretty modest YouTube channel, but they're putting so much energy into it, guys, that they really deserve some recognition. So those that haven't checked them out, please go check them out and consider, if you like, subscribing, you know, to their channel. Anyway, let's go on with this.
Oh, okay. It's us.
And that's Lovey talking.
She wouldn't release those texts. That shows me everything I need to know.
Okay, so do you remember when Gypsy released the text saying, remember when Ryan said that he hasn't been bothering her, and then Gypsy releases texts, and it doesn't seem like he was bothering her. He only admitted to the one text message thread, which only went for one time, right? And it was just about, you know, why are you saying shit about me? I haven't said anything about you. Why are you doing this? I'm leaving you alone. And this is what Ryan's response is.
Y'all don't know how people work sometimes.
No, Ryan, it's clear, sir, that you don't know how people work because you still think this woman loves you in some sick, demented way in your mind. And the truth is, she does love you in some sick, demented way in her mind. Different.
She wouldn't have commented podcast. She wouldn't have released text if she didn't care.
If she didn't care, she wouldn't embarrass me if she didn't care. I'm serious. This is what this idiot, I'm sorry, Ryan. He is saying if Gypsy wouldn't embarrass me, she wouldn't care. Again, proving that he doesn't care what he is in her life. He could be the shit on the sole of her shoe as long as he's connected to the shoe that's connected to her foot.
I don't know how people work sometimes.
Whoa, you? Did you throw your wrench away, Yo, girl, did you throw your wrench away, or I just don't have you as a wrench on this channel? I might not have you as a wrench, Jamie, to be honest with you. Okay, now I'm getting cold again. I'm not sick, guys, but the air vent is basically right over me. Like it's right over me. So when it blows directly on me. So, but I had the heat on a little bit. Yeah, why she covered up. I think that was probably more embarrassing. Whatever she covered up, I guarantee you was embarrassing for her. And what I think it said, good morning, Lori. Good morning, Jade. I think Peppermint Patty, what it said was how we read through it. And it said I think it said that he was the only one that had never betrayed her, right? And also, by the way, this is Mandy, creator Mandy. Like I said, the videos are very, very short. I have enough to say about these little stupid clips. But not that these content creators are stupid. They're not at all. I'm glad that they grabbed the clips. And Mandy is another person that I follow. She's got a very small YouTube channel, but she does a lot of work. Please check her out. And consider subscribing to her as well. These are people that are doing a lot of work, and anyway, I appreciate them. So hats off to the honey, hubby and Lovey and Mandy. But anyway, the part that covered up, was talking about how Ken left her. That's right. And of course, hey, Misbehaving, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a minute. Dee Dee never ever betrayed her, never. And Ryan really hasn't either, in my opinion. But the guy's got to stand up for himself a little bit, which is not much to say about him now. And this is a video of Gypsy, who, man, I'm ashamed to say that I actually wanted to punch Gypsy in the face seeing this video. And I'm not a violent person. Carol Ann, how you doing, Carol Ann? So watch this. This is oh God, it's so degrading to even watch it. It's insulting to watch it, in my opinion, but let's watch it together.
Going through right now. I want to talk about pants. These are my pants that I got, my leggings from Target.
Oh my God. Do you really think she's an extra small? In the big girls department. Big uns department.
They are
and I guarantee you there's a filter on her here. And you know that there's a filter on her here. She could say whatever the hell she wants to say. This woman cares more about how she looks than her past. And how pathetic is that?
Size extra small.
Her angles, that's right. Extra small head. Misbehaving.
So, if we're talking about bodies,
she's got nothing. This woman, she's got no groove. She's got no voice. And it is the first time that I felt like it, to be honest with you, Susie. Yes, it is. This is the first time. Because she says, oh God, listen.
Okay. Let me make a point to you.
I think I would rather listen to chalk to the nails on a chalkboard than see this mommy unaliver sitting here living her best fucking life off the blood of her mother.
Bodies, okay, and bellies that look like.
Oh God, please. I'm not looking. Tell me when it's over. Angles. And what did somebody say here? Angles and filters. And you could see her sucking in she's sucking it in, man. She's sucking it all the way in like we're stupid. Not only does she have a filter, she got to suck the shit in.
There's a difference.
Yeah, there's a difference. You're a moron and we're not.
Now,
but in her mind, I am saying it how it really is. She's definitely miserable. You could tell she's miserable. She changes her appearance all the time. That's an unhappy person. I know that, unfortunately, firsthand.
Can we just stop?
Can we stop? Let me just go after Ryan, guys. Please just let me pick on everybody. Can you just let me pick on everybody? I will give you content if you just let me go after everybody. That's basically what she's saying there. How many people? Let me see. Show of hands. How many people believe that? She's something else.
Being so cruel to each other.
Oh, but what? Huh? And then she shares exactly. And then she shares messages that are personal that could destroy somebody's life. But we should stop being cruel to each other. I'm sorry. What do you call unaliving your mom with a knife and putting a bunch of holes in her back? Is that? Is that kind? Is that nice behavior? Is that good? What is that? What is that? Is that what? So 10 years ago. Oh my God. Carol Ann, what do you got to say? I see it. Pixie! That's all of the video that I have, guys, because I'm serious. I want to talk more, but that's all that I have because that's the shit that I want to talk about. That's the stuff that I want to talk about. The fact she is, what bothers me so much about her is that she is such a vicious, vile, diabolical person who comes out here and expects to be applauded for this behavior. Like, so insulting that we're supposed to forget. Like, here's my question. Again, why did her mom's unaliving have to be so brutal? Hey, Mrs. J, how you doing? How you doing, Mrs. J? This is Mrs. J, guys. She covers a lot of the Scientology stuff. I think she's taking a little break at the minute, but a good person. You can check out her channel, CJB. Milk, Honey, and Mayhem, by the way, did put up a video last night, guys, and I saw it. Thank you, Estiana. B. Smith, how you doing? So listen, about because she is psycho and wanted blood and gore. Okay, I understand that, but I also think there was something more to it than that. I think it was a stage. It was supposed to stage something, and then I think there was something that didn't happen. So we know that. But I always think that there is something that is very actual with Gypsy, that she gets off on that. I think that a lot of this has to do with some sort of actual nature. She is more broken and so oblivious to the outside world and how people actually live, Denise, and how people actually get by in life. And she thinks those people that are taking pictures of her and everybody's a fan of hers until somebody puts up a picture of her that's unflattering, and it has to do with angles, right? Maybe that person that took the picture added Photoshop just to make her look worse. I'm surprised she didn't go that way. You know, I agree. This is what I think. Yeah, I definitely think. I think that it is a fetish. So, yeah. Well, she did have you know in the next room. Well, that's what we're supposed to believe, but I'm not sure of that. Well, yeah, she does. She's avoided everything that can make her better because she doesn't think anything's wrong with her. And when she's in with the mindless minions in that echo chamber, that's exactly the way she thinks. But Ryan Anderson thinking that Gypsy making a fucking fool out of him shows that she cares. What world do we live in where somebody, that's the way they show how they care and that we believe it? Like, how much therapy does this guy need, and who thinks he's going to start working with kids anytime soon? I'm just asking. Anybody? I'm asking anybody. She said in one of her first phone calls that she would end up in a mental hospital or something to that effect. She needs to be in a mental hospital. This is what mainstream media needs to see about Gypsy, because then they would be able to look back and say, wait a minute, this behavior doesn't match what she said. not even it was about a year ago. Some of it's about a year ago, right? A year and a half ago. Don't you think that they would realize that there's no years of healing with Gypsy because nothing happened to her? And we know that. We know absolutely nothing happened to her. You think that that Dee Dee told her something was wrong with her? Gypsy knew. Do you guys remember? Here's a lie that I just want to talk about, because do you remember the interrogation video with Gypsy on the couch when she says, "I'm a good girl. I didn't kill anybody. I don't do drugs." You remember that? You remember Gypsy saying that she did drugs and she was withdrawing? Remember that? How come nobody calls her on this shit? How come, the people that call her on this shit, it's like a joke for us. It's one lie after another that we've proven with her own words, right? Her own friggin' words. And yet still, well, we're not due till 9:00, lady. Rebecca Mitchell, guys, can you hear me now? Check out her channel. You guys know who she is. Please check out her. She's got a YouTube channel and a Facebook page. I don't think Gypsy's having any kind of therapy, unless Ken is demanding it. But here's the thing. You can have as much therapy if you don't let it in. If you don't accept it, who cares? Who cares? If you don't accept the fact that you're getting therapy and that you're open to it, who cares if it's there? It's like somebody banging on the door and you got your TV set and you just got it up louder. The voices in your head are just louder. Whose birthday is it? Rebecca Mitchell? Is it today your birthday, Rebecca? We have 2 people coming on to talk in the morning today, Rebecca. It's been over a year and a half. They were barely together when she got out. She was trying to get out all the time. Exactly. And yeah, so this relationship with Ryan is a make-believe relationship that exists only in his head. He maybe at some point, if he ever gets beyond this, he'll realize exactly what. But for somebody to sit there and say, that, I was reading the chat. Rebecca, is today your birthday? I'm not getting an answer from Rebecca. So I don't know. But I feel bad if she has a kid, right? I mean, I don't know if this woman has a kid or doesn't have a kid. Happy birthday. Today is Rebecca Mitchell's birthday. She's 29 today, guys. Can we wish her a happy birthday? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rebecca Mitchell. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Rebecca. Seriously. It's your birthday. Woo, 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 woo. Yep, 27. There you go. Got a bunch of love here, Rebecca. Got a bunch of love here. Happy birthday. Thank you for spending it with us. You could have taken today off if you wanted to, but we do have a couple people that are going to talk to us today at 9:00. Okay, guys. So, you're very welcome, my friend. You're very, very welcome. Very welcome. So, you see the love here. This is genuine love for somebody that you respect and care, right? Somebody that's shown us different sides to her, but it all kind of makes sense because when she speaks, she says the truth. Like the stories that I know are the same stories that she told me over a year and a half ago. Gypsy Rose, not. Ryan hanging on to somebody and trying to convince us is just, I mean, it's equal to Gypsy convincing us that there's no filter. Oh, there's no filter. And there's no filter at all, but there's filter. And if that's the best way Ryan thinks he could be loved, his mother needs to step in and like hit him in the head. Or maybe his brother. You know what I'm saying? See, she was singing happy birthday. Do they have a different happy birthday song over there? Over there in Scotland? Now, Ryan is waiting in the wings for her. She'll go back to him if she has no place to go. I don't think she's filled with money. I saw something about, wait a minute, wasn't I just going to say, yeah, wait a minute. I saw something about her that I thought just another fucking lie. Some of the stuff that's come out for the Nick thing has been not looking too good. Yeah, she's definitely not. And we know that it's not. It's the same song and words. Estiana, okay, cool beans. Rebecca, somebody's playing on the accordion. Happy birthday for you. So, guys, why is Gypsy still hanging on to Ryan? Is it because things aren't looking good with Ken? Let's be honest. Yeah. Now, how are you? I asked Ken, not that I spoke to Ken, but I put out a video. I said, how do you trust somebody that has lied to you over and over and over and over again? And the most important thing to her is her appearance. We see this. She goes after and defends her appearance more than she defends how she takes care of the baby when people rip her off about the baby, right? When people say things about her mom, say things about Nick, but she goes on and on and on and on and on about how we should believe that her appearance, we could think she's killed her mom, not a problem there, but God, don't think she's fat. Don't think that's the worst thing for Gypsy. You see what I'm saying? Tell me that's not like really, I would rather somebody think I'm fat than a murderer. I don't know. I am totally not surprised that she doesn't spend enough time. We got to believe if there isn't a rough. How many people in the chat? Let's take a poll. Patsy, do you really have a brother or sister? Is there a baby? Is there a baby? Patsy, did your mama have a baby? Red, yes. Blue, no. Here, and she's not an attractive woman, right? Gypsy's so ugly on the inside and outside. I don't think that he thinks that she's a victim. I don't think he thinks that she's a victim at all. I think he's just willing to accept her. He gives no thought to that. Now, a few of you have said, well, Toddy, because here's the thing. We can't help who we fall for. We can only help how we act upon it. Now, Jennifer, as you guys know, she was an inmate. I met her. There was no violent acts. No violent acts at all. Jennifer was in there for drugs, fucking up her own life with drugs, okay? Gypsy was in there and convicted of second-degree unalivement. That's a big difference. I don't think in a million years that I would have been with anybody that would have had done something violent. I just don't think I would have done that. So here's a woman who brutally had somebody, if we're just to believe that, unalive their mom. And then this man who can't outrun Gypsy, I'm not trying to be funny, actually is going to sleep next to her. Who does that? Who thinks that that's a safe space? It wasn't self-defense. She could have left even if there was ABUSC going on like she said. Why didn't she take the money and run? Well, she could have ran. Her mom wasn't going to catch up with her. She knew how old she was. So why? And y'all are saying, no baby, no baby, no baby. Me too, my friend. I think she did some of that jabbing. I think she got off on it, and I think she did it. That's what I think. How do you trust somebody and bring them to your house and meet your family? And, no disrespect to Jen, and you know that, babe. But seriously, before I brought her into anybody's home, them know that this is where I met her and this is what she was arrested for. And it's up to them if they're going to let her in their home or not. I won't go there with her. We might not be spending holidays together, but I wasn't just going to keep that in my back pocket. I owed it to my family because if something happened, I wanted it to be my family's decision. She's disgusting. She is so fucking disgusting. I didn't know that. Is there really? You haven't written to me in a while, misbehaving. Write to me. How she got an effing plea deal irks me. Yep. Exactly. Bingo. She's doing life. Bingo. She's doing life. So's the other one, the son. This is what I know. Like, you guys are funny. You're too funny. Good. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. So these reborn dolls are great for those who experience the loss of a child. Well, she didn't. She didn't, right? She didn't. So, no, I mean, the girl is home. Please look it up. Okay. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. She wanted to see if she could pull another con on us to see if she's still that good. She's not good, and things have changed. You know, her mom, what I think is that her mom, good, thanks, misbehaving. I do think that her mom definitely knew who she was, and that was probably some of the reasons that Gypsy lived exactly the way she lived, got to go on these junkets and press tours and all this. I think it was to make her happy and keep her occupied and have her in the best light. And maybe Dee Dee said, you got to be on your best behavior if you want to do these things. You got to be on your best behavior if you want to do these things. That's how I think Dee Dee coaxed her. That's how I think she coached her and coaxed her to behave and get along. So that's what I think happened there. There was no act sick or that. Gypsy was sick. How many of you guys really think Gypsy was sick? Like, red, blue, yes, no. There are more than field trips. Some of those things, she actually went for periods of time, right? There were junkets, more or less. That's what they were. I mean, she was legitimately sick. So I don't think there was a lot of faking that. And I don't think that, well, we know now she wasn't diagnosed with the microdeletion until 4 years before she killed her mom. And then 2 years before she unalived her mom was when they found out which chromosome had the problem, right? Right. So all this stuff was caught on later. So she was sick. It's her behavior, in my opinion. It's her behavior, in my opinion, that Dee Dee was protecting people from. Toddy, how long do you think Gypsy was abusing? I think she was doing it for a long time. I think that she was abusing her mom when she was telling her mom she couldn't walk. That's a form of ABUSE, especially if Gypsy's using it. Gypsy's saying that her mom put her in the damn wheelchair because she told her she couldn't walk and she had this shit. So what difference does it make that it was Gypsy doing it the other way? If it was abuse one way, it's abuse the other way, don't you think? Seriously, right? You think she was sick to a point? You got to remember, when children are sick, it's a lot more emphasized, right? Like, I have a nephew that when he was a child, he ate eggs. No, not eggs. He ate bacon. I mean, fucking bacon for breakfast every morning. You know what I'm saying? He was allergic to everything, like everything. He's not allergic to anything now. He's got some allergies, but not like he did as a kid where he had to walk around with an EpiPen and we were scared for everything with this kid. No, because when you're younger, a lot of times we grow out of things, you know, but Gypsy had legitimate ailments that weren't diagnosed, not because of people messing around, but they didn't know what the hell was wrong with her. And we know that Gypsy knew because she told Aaliyah what was wrong with her. She knew exactly what was wrong with her. So, okay, see you later. See you later, Rebecca Mitchell. Of course, of course, of course. And there's just too many weird things about Gypsy's baby, like I said, you know, about the fact that the baby could see Christmas lights. The baby was born supposedly, what, the 28th of December? How long are the Christmas lights on for so that she could see them? What, for 3-4 months? And she said that right after. Black and white prison interview. Hang on. Dee Dee says, "Don't hurt me." She pretends to cry, but then laughs. Watch it. Here's my only problem that I just wanted to say. And I have this debate sometimes with other content creators. Did Dee Dee say, "Don't hurt me"? Or is that something Gypsy says? When somebody tells a lie, how do we know what to fucking believe? That's the problem. Like, how do I take that seriously? Because it works in my favor? Because it works in the dialogue that I think, the narrative that I think is correct? You know, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, the thing is, we can't just pick and choose what we're going to believe or not believe. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, either we're going to believe her book. Listen, did she lie about everything in her book? Probably not. Probably not. But did she lie about most things in her book? Probably so. But to pick pieces out and say she didn't lie about this, but she lied about this, I don't know her, and I'm not a doctor. I can't do that. Now, somebody like Becca Scoops who has her medical degree behind her and has dealt in fields like this and actually speaks to people that speak in the language of this, she's better off at determining it than me. It would be a guessing game. And to be honest, it wouldn't even be an honest guessing game because I am biased to the fact that I think Gypsy Rose is a despicable, horrible, diabolical fucking human being that has no right having a child because of what she did to her mom. You know what I'm saying? But to take some parts of what she says and say it as truth while taking other parts and saying it's lies, I don't know about that. I just can't do that. So I think so too. Now, see, I think so too. And I've said that. And I think that Nick is convinced that he unalived her because I think that somebody put those memories in his head, and perhaps when that stuff was going on, he was so confused in that environment that he just went with what he thought. I don't think he's intentionally lying anymore or trying to protect her anymore. I don't think he's doing that. At least I hope he's not doing that. What did I miss on the short dark hair? What did I miss? What did you guys put up there? Can some help me, Jamie? Jamie, I got to give you a wrench for this channel. Gypsy Rose is a liar, a killer, and a grifter. I got a tune in my head. CJB, we need to do a duet. Damn, it's 6:30. Sorry, got a shower. Bye, Ty. That's all right, my friend. That's all right. I just know that I just know at 7:00 in the morning you guys are looking for a video. And I just figured, well, let me go live. Let me surprise everybody and say good morning, good morning, good morning, good. Just like I think Gypsy Rose in his head, he's evil, 500-year-old vampire. Yeah, well, exactly. Well, we know this. We know this because he didn't have any of those thoughts at all. He didn't have any of those thoughts. This man has been manipulated by Gypsy and continues to be manipulated to this day, in my opinion. I really think that that's just the truth. To me, when she laughs, she describes it. Yeah. How can anybody think anything is so funny? What would have been the worst thing had she have gotten out and said, I shouldn't have done that. My mom did some horrible thing I shouldn't have done. And I'm sorry for that. And how I deal with what happened between me and my mom is something that's going to take time. Thank you for your support. I plan on writing a book about it. And then leave. And then you write your book, you make your money, you keep your head down, you leave. Then if you really want to have a family, by the time your kid's old enough, people have forgotten who the fuck you are. Not now. Nope. Not with all the noise and nonsense you're making now. And what does that go to show? He is more important than her fake baby. If there's a baby. Mel, I don't know what you said, but I want to see. What did you say? Somebody thought because they both had short hair, Dee Dee mistake. Is that what Mel said? That could be. Because when you see them together, right? When you see the pictures of them together. So, and I agree with that too. Absolutely agree with that as well. Avenger Adventures, how are you? Jojo, how you doing? Always a good morning with you, Todd. Thank you, B. I appreciate it. SB, how you doing? You don't have to, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We do 9 o'clock. In an hour and a half, I'm going to be over on Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip with Rebecca Michello, and we have a couple speakers. If Nick wasn't really the one who unalived her, wouldn't the cops be able to figure that out? I don't think that anybody did an investigation once they got Gypsy. They didn't investigate this case, and that's what they do. Do we honestly know if Maddie Soto's mom, Jen Soto, shouldn't be charged with any crimes? You don't think she's not being charged with anything? They're not investigating anything anymore as far as I know. Why? Because why? Oh, yeah, Stefan, he took a plea deal. Right? It's going to be life in prison. So then the case is closed. It's all done and over with. And they leave it to us, the amateur detectives. So that's what I think. And I think that's a crime. Since when are we somebody that should be solving crimes? I love Rebecca, but Rebecca shouldn't be somebody solving crimes. Now, maybe her husband with that, but he's retired. He shouldn't even be the one solving crimes. The ones that should be solving crimes are the ones that are there, right there on the front line, supposed to be doing their job, solving crimes, not having things fall through the cracks and content creators saying, wait a minute, doesn't this look funny? She said this story here. This story doesn't make any sense. She's a liar and then continues to lie. And then mainstream media has already got something else to talk about and they leave this behind. In the meantime, this is huge because she is living among us in society. And at some point, if she has children or doesn't have children, she is going to be in contact with children. So, and I think she does have to register. Exactly. That's exactly the case. So she is not all there. Isn't that somebody that you wouldn't, that you'd want to know if that's your neighbor? You'd want to know before you say, hey, you want to come and take care of my dog? I might be working late today. Sorry, you might want to know that. Well, if she can adopt one, there's trouble, though. Oh, do I sound any different, Blair? I'm just being funny. Hi, Blair. Welcome. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you so much. You're from Oregon. Shit, it's, was it 5:30 there? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, okay. No, that's okay, Mel. There's nothing to be sorry about. That's true. I never thought about that. That is a possibility. Maybe she thought, that Nick, was Gypsy because of the short hair. They both had the same haircut. it was more important to her, her image. But it came from unaliving your mom. She wants us to believe like she all of a sudden has this image that came from nothing but her looks. And I don't know what else, because it's not her personality. We still haven't found a talent that she's good at except getting away with M-U-R-D-E-R-E-R. I mean, M-U-R-D-E-R, because she is an M-U-R-D-E-R-E-R. So what is, like, maybe she could do that. Like, in this country anymore, I think you can make a living doing anything. Jim, that's what you should do. How to get away with unaliving. There you go. There you go. O.J. Simpson, if he was still around, but he's not. And when you think that she allegedly screamed, "Gypsy, Gypsy," was it in horror? We don't even know that that's the truth. Right. That's what, exactly. Like, again, we're trying to take some of a liar's statement and help it fit a dialogue that works for us. And whether we, and I'm not saying we're bad people doing it. We know that she could have left. Her mom wasn't going to chase her down. Her mom could barely get out of bed if she could get out of bed. Okay. Gypsy, I think it was her turn to take care of her mom, and she just said, "Fuck it, I ain't doing it." I also think that Dee Dee did not want somebody of Dan's age and caliber to be around Gypsy. I think that she gave him a hard time about it. And Gypsy said, "Fuck this shit. I don't care about you, mama." The woman that took care of her, the woman that put her in those beautiful dresses, and the woman that made her feel like she was beautiful, the woman that made herself, her mom and dad, the best she could for a sick kid, showing her the world. Do you know how many sick children there are that don't get to be part of the Make-A-Wish? I know this because my dad actually was involved heavily with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and we donate to the Make-A-Wish Foundation every year on this channel, even though we've only done it 1 year, but I've only had the channel with monetary gain for 1 year. But we're going to do it next year as well. So, and listen, when we do to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, just so you know, go look in my March posts. It'll say what I wrote. These are to help people that need wheelchairs that Gypsy took their wheelchairs from. So I just want you guys to know in the comments that money came from this channel because of the views. We gave to 5 organizations, but we have given more than Gypsy Rose has given back. This little fucking channel of ours has given more than Gypsy has given. So we should be proud of ourselves, and I am proud of that. I didn't mean to wake you up, man. Jamie, you guys. I've been falling asleep with my glasses on, right? I'll tell you a funny story because it is funny. And I'm gonna end this in about 15 minutes because I gotta take care of the dogs and get ready. So I fell asleep, and I've been having this horrible habit, and I didn't do it anywhere else because I always had a nightstand. Now I could just take my glasses and put it behind me. But I fell asleep with my glasses on last night. And the reason why I know I fell asleep with my glasses on last night was because I had to look at my camera with no glasses on to see did I fall asleep with my glasses on, because I cannot find them. Like, I cannot find the glasses. I live in 100 square foot place. Like, where's my glasses? And now the dogs are on the bed and they're like wigging and wagging. I'm thinking to myself, really can't afford it if they fuck up my glasses. So finally, I find my glasses. I don't know where I was going with that, but I think it had something to do with you, Jamie. Don't ask me what. So yeah, that's how my morning started. And then I put a video up of the Whitakers, if you guys don't know, on the other channel. And I want to tell you that I am this week. I was supposed to talk to Phil, my friend Phil, from the other channel, The Argument, about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. However, we started talking about the Whitakers. And then I don't know how we got into the John Walsh topic, right? But then we did a whole other video about what his daughter Megan is trying to do to John. So that stuff's going to be on the argument. That'll be on the argument with Toddy One Skip. That's my third channel. If you guys could check that out, that'd be great. If you could show some love to that channel, that'd be great. It's called The Argument with Toddy One Skip. I'd ask Jamie to put the shit in the thing, but you can't. I'll put it in if you guys. Let me put it in because I really, this is like a passion channel. Not that these other channels don't matter to me. Please understand, they matter to me a great deal. This channel is a little bit more serious and it covers some heavier topics. So let me just show you. And if you guys would check it out, and then if you think you would like it, I'd really like it if you guys would give it a whirl, give it a chance. So I'm going to put 2 videos up on it today. It already has 3 or 4 videos on the channel. So here we go. There's a link to that channel. It's 4:37 in Vancouver. Hey, B. Vancouver's beautiful. That's a place I'd like to live, but I can't afford it, man. I know that place is crazy expensive. If Gypsy ever even wanted to get a job, Jojo, be nice. Bougie Cougar. How you doing, Bougie? I like that name. Huge love from the. I love that. I want to move to Scotland. Where you been, my friend? Being a felon, I don't think she would be able to adopt. Well, I know somebody she might get a kid from. Go check out my other channel. Question. Everyone around Gypsy don't help her. They make it worse. Rod, Christy, Bree. Oh, so she's so honest, beautiful. No one tells her, which exactly nobody tells her. Her family might now because I think she's run out of money. So they might now. And I don't think they're going to want much to do with her. They didn't want much to do with her when they thought she was dying. Remember, Rod said she only had 18, 19 years. That's how much her mom said. I'll catch her in another lifetime. He didn't say that, but he made no moves to spend any time with his what he thought dying daughter. Now, we heard him say that. Let's see. I definitely think that there was another person in the house. I think Dan was there. And I think Dan said, fuck this. No way. I am not. And I think because he never said anything, he can't say anything now. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I have no excuses for him either. Gummy bear. I don't. He is so pathetic. Okay, so we have a disagreement. I think in her little pinhead, we should all love her because she is a survivor. I don't know. I think she knows that we know better. You know what I'm saying? I think she knows that we know better. And she knows better because she never said anything about her mom. Ever. I love my mom. I love my mommy. I would never hurt my mommy. What's the worst you could say about my mom? About your mom? She was an overprotective mom. That's what she said. But again, that I believe. I believe she was an overprotected mom. So that makes sense. You got a sick kid. You don't know what's wrong with her. And this behavior in Gypsy, this isn't behavior that came out in prison. This is behavior that came out when she was being spoiled, in my opinion, by her mom. Spoiled by her mom. Made up for because she didn't have a dad. This is because this woman doesn't like herself. She is miserable. She does not like herself. Hey, Sylvia, how you doing? Was stealing D's money, drugs for a convicted felon that was not only married, but he was married, right? I don't know if he was married or not. I do think that she was taking those pain pills to him, and he might have been selling him, whatever. In one breath, again, she says in the police station, I don't do drugs, right? I don't do drugs. I'm a good girl. I don't kill anybody. I don't do drugs. Okay, well, we know she killed somebody and probably do drugs, right? We don't know because she lies all the time. Is going to get a parasite in her face from cheap Botox and fillers. That'd be nice. I'd like that. She didn't raise a sweat. There's much more missing. Exactly. Dee Dee sacrificed herself. Exactly. That's what I think. That's what I definitely think. That's what I definitely think. I definitely think. You know, so she's terrible. She couldn't even stand up when she was arrested to make sure Dee was not cremated, knowing she did not want to be. She didn't do anything for her mother. And I don't understand that behavior because her mom did everything for her. So she is a sociopath. She is somebody that was born into this world with a disconnection. That's my opinion. Somebody that doesn't know how to really feel things. Remember at a very young age when she wanted to take somebody's eyes and poke them in the back of their head? A child. Remember that? Her mother, you think her mother did that to her? Show me one picture where Gypsy's not even fucking smiling from ear to ear. That house was a fucking mess. I mean, like, what kind of torture did Dee Dee really do to Gypsy? Gypsy, I think, was actually born this way. I really do. I think she was born this way. How many people think she was born this way? We don't expect anything different. We don't. Yeah, please do. Please do. I think that if she weren't in the spotlight, she would have already reoffended somehow. She might have reoffended. We don't know that. This is for that channel, guys. The argument. See, now I'm cold again. Jamie and I are going to have an argument on the argument. So you guys know. And it's going to be about reincarnation. So that's going to be a pretty good argument. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'll try to find out what I can for you with regards to your pending move to Fort William. Is lovely, but there are lots of stunning places along the coastline. Yeah, and mountains are more important to me than a coastline. I just got to tell you, if I had to pick one or the other, I want the mountains. And you have to remember, I'm also going to be on, I'm 62 now. So I don't want to be in a place that's so far away that I can't get what I need, especially if I'm not feeling well. And, if there's I need a place where my dogs could go, if God forbid I got sick and stuff like that. Thank you. Yeah, I love the new channel too. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Shorty Pie. Susie. Oh, this is between those two. Okay. Please. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. I do. I appreciate you. DNA on the. I usually lose my glasses when I fold them on to my scrub top. It does, man. It's hard. It's hard. I was just glad I didn't bust them up. And that I had to actually try to look into my phone and find, okay, there I am sleeping in bed with the glasses on. Okay, so they have to be there. Like they have to be. So, yeah. It's cold now where I'm at. It's cold. Okay, guys. So no moves. I'm gonna move. My grandpa was born in Scotland. Very nice. All right, I lost my TV remote in the freezer for 3 months one time. That's why I wanted to make sure my glasses were on my face and I didn't do something stupid. I looked in the garbage for them. I don't know. You looking for your phone? It's in your hands. I found my sunglasses too in a box of food. A lot of people find their sunglasses right up here. She did say in her interrogation that they were in turmoil, but he did text her while she was at Nick's. Exactly. Well, the other day, Jamie could tell you what happened to me at the ATM machine, but I don't want to talk about it. Getting old sucks. Okay. All right. Yes. Gypsy is a liar, and poor Dee Dee had to pay with her life. Do you think Dee Dee just wanted, what do you think Dee Dee, there had to be an outcome for this. I think Dee Dee really thought Gypsy was sick, and she was really trying to help her. I really do think that that's what was going on there. And I think some point Gypsy didn't want to play anymore, and she wanted to disappear. And the only way to disappear was pull a Gone Girl gone. But the person that was supposed to help her do that, I think, failed her. And therefore she winged it after that. She packed her shit and she went with Nick, only to find that she couldn't get on the bus that day because she didn't have herself a bus ticket to get out of there. That's what happened. Now, Gypsy, who plans everything, she didn't plan her own escape, because I don't think anybody was supposed to escape that house except Gypsy. And then when the person that I believe, and then the person that I believe went ahead and did this. Thanks, Jamie. The person that I believe, and then I lose my train of thought. The person that I think that Gypsy was inspired by that movie Gone Girl Gone. And if you look at when that was released, okay, and I think that the person that she was supposed to leave with probably didn't take her seriously from the beginning, got into the scene and said, holy fuck, this isn't something I want to do, and left. And I think she was stuck with Nick at the end of it. She was stuck with Nick, which would kind of say that Dee Dee was probably on her way out at that time if she hadn't already taken her last breath. That's my feeling about that, guys. That's my feeling about that. Autocorrect is horrible. She's too lazy. Absolutely. I don't think the guys were coming over. I think she was going to them. I don't think she was doing a lot of stuff at her house. Maybe in that damn shed. I don't know. Yeah, and I don't think she really cares about herself as much as she cares about what she thinks of herself. I don't think that she really pampers herself. I don't think she does like cleanliness things for herself. I don't think she takes any pride in herself. I think it's all about appearance. All about appearance. I do have a question. How old was Gypsy when Dee Dee discovered she could walk? I don't know, because that's something that's been said a few times. I don't think it was long before. I don't know, because like they're saying that she was walking around the house. They didn't want people to see. And I don't know. I don't know what the truth is. I just don't know. I wish I could answer that, but I don't know. Demon seed for sure. Born that way. Yep, born that way. Born that way. Born that way. Now we're hearing about the Walmart gift cards. Dee Dee thought that the neighborhood kids were stealing it. Here it was all Gypsy all along. How do you use those gift cards? Don't they have to be like activated? I thought they had to be activated. I definitely think that you could be born bad. You're born, I mean, if people are born with disabilities, that's certainly a disability, She was born that way. She was born that way. Demon seed. It's a sick way. The only thing she done for her mom was sending her suffering. Yeah, isn't that absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. She was born that way. Micro deletion can cause unstable brain function. Yep. Hey, Ellie, how you doing? I want to move to Scotland. Write to me. I want to move to Fort William. One sad photo of her smiles in every single one, right? Definitely think she was born that way. So I definitely. Oh, look. Okay, cool. I love both mountains and coastline. I love them too. I love them too. Maybe I'll go move close to Mrs. J. She's over there in the UK. Scotland in the house this morning. Oh, yeah. Look at all these people from Scotland. Ireland might be easier for me to live in Ireland, but I love Scotland. I've been there. Walk from the sea 20 minutes. Okay, we could do this. I used to live in Maryland. I used to live in Silver Spring, Maryland. Oh, wow. That's very, very kind of you, Susie. Thank you so much. That's extremely kind of you. You didn't have to do that. I thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. I've never seen an abused child who looks so happy in every picture. Exactly. Susie, again, I thank you so much for that. I really do. I really do. That's for you, Toddy, because we love you from all. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much at that. Put my thing 100 different places a day. ADHD. Yeah. That gold leaving remote in the freezer. That's gold leaving remote in the freezer. That's Jamie. My new channel is The Argument with Toddy One Skip. Yeah, The Argument with Toddy One Skip. I know. I just saw it. But I was behind on the chat. So I'm sorry. Yep. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. Sure. I'm behind on this, apparently. Yes. Oh, yes. 5 minutes, though. Not much. I think she planned to ditch Nick, leave with Dan. Okay. But I don't think Nick was supposed to leave that house alive. I think Nick was supposed to leave in a bag. What do you guys think? Because I think it was supposed to look like a botched home invasion. And they would have looked for Gypsy for maybe a month and then figured, oh, this girl's got cancer. She doesn't have any medicine or anything up. We can't, like, now we're just going to look for a dead body. And how much of a priority is a dead body? I'm just asking. Why am I echoing? I don't know. I don't know why I'm echoing. Am I echoing for anybody else? It might be that you've got 2 tabs open. I think Dee Dee was almost gone by the time Nick got there and he finished up. Yes, a horrendous death when all she had to do, right, was unalive her with some insulin or air in the veins. And I don't know what that looks like, but I don't think it's near as horrible as that. Or she could have overdosed her mom. I mean, come on. There's much more humane ways to unalive somebody. That's why I'm saying I am convinced that killed 2 birds with 1 stone. She liked the fetish of it. And also because she wasn't supposed to ever be found again, in my opinion. Think about it. Why would she just want to be stuck in a wheelchair forever? Everybody believed it. So if she was going to keep that house, she would have been stuck in that wheelchair forever. She didn't have an alibi until her lawyer gave her the alibi of Munchausen by proxy. So that wasn't in her toolbox. How was she going to explain to the neighbors, oh, I could walk? Oh, it was my mom. She didn't have that. She didn't know to say that until afterwards. So I don't think she planned on living in that house. I think she planned on disappearing. And then when whoever was supposed to be the person she was leaving with, or she thought she was going to leave with, she realized, oh, fuck, I'm in it with this guy. Either her mom was already on the way out, was already gone, or she still wanted to get the fuck away. And I don't know. I think that had already begun. And she continued it after she found out plans had changed. And then she winged it. And that's when she said, okay, well, I guess I'll mail this to Nick's. Just in case she was going to, at this point, she must have figured out, in my opinion, because I mean, she sent the weapon to Nick's house, right? Why wouldn't she just, I mean, come on. She knew enough to do everything except get herself a ticket and do away with the weapon in a way where it couldn't be found. Throw down a drain, anything, anywhere. They could have chucked it in a garbage can, anywhere they went. She mails it to Nick's because she's thinking, I think, well, I probably don't want to be with this guy and I don't want to be responsible for this. So let's send it to his house and let me take it from there. She probably had it as something to hold over his head because you see how much she likes to hold things over people's heads. That's her behavior. So I'm only going by the things that we see. You know what I mean? That's it. You can only go by like the things that we see. So that frontal lobe didn't grow properly. I believe that. I would love it, Ellie. Please do. Don't say it. I might be there. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's Gypsy. I lived in Silver Spring. I lived on Melbourne Avenue. Yeah, I did. Something missing in her head. I know that. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. I'm ready to say that it's time for me to get out of here because in less than an hour now, I'm going to be on the other channel with Rebecca Michelot, and that's going to be Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip. You know, again, Susie, thank you so much. That was very, 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 very generous. Very generous of you. Very generous of you. Yeah, I think that maybe, did you get your unemployment? So I did not get my unemployment yet. That you've asked a couple times here. I see that. I did not get it yet. I have a hearing. So that's what's going on with that. I disagree with leaving in a bag. Why would she send the weapon to his house? She all that packaging ready to go before he got there and meet someone at a cupcake shop. I don't think so. I think that it just, yeah, this is where we're going to disagree. I don't think she was going to leave with him. So what was she going to do with him? Thanks for unaliving my mom. I'm going to leave with Dan. See you later. And he would have went, bye. I don't think so. You know, I don't think so. You think that she was going to unalive and say, okay, you could go back home, but I'm sending this to, the police just in case you open up your mouth. Thanks for doing it. I just don't believe that. I really think that I really think that she was supposed to be gone. Hold on. No. She had already. We don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know that. She might have had packaging stuff and packaging tape. Was it addressed before? Do we know that? We don't know that. And if she had that stuff in her house, man, look at everything she had in the house. So we don't know that that was we don't know. I don't know about that. I get that that's your theory and that's fine. But and where are we seeing proof of that? And that she got it for that occasion. I'm not going to go into that unless I see proof of that. I don't know how we're going to see proof of that. Well, everything was planned out, very methodically planned out, which is very scary that we have somebody like that on social media, especially with the rage baiting. Absolutely. I totally agree with that, Janae. I think Nick was meant to be the fall guy. Absolutely. And he ended up being the fall guy. I just think he wasn't supposed to live. I think he was supposed to leave in a body bag. That's what makes sense to me. And Gypsy could have gone off and lived her life. They would have never found her. They'd be looking for somebody in a wheelchair who they would think would be dead. And she's not. She's living her best life standing up, wearing wigs, and nobody's going to recognize her as Gypsy Rose Blanchard because they're convinced Gypsy Rose is in a wheelchair. So she unalives her mom. Nick dies at the scene. Wow, well, look at this botched home invasion. Horrible. Wasn't there Somebody that lived here with her? Yeah, daughter. What happened to the daughter? Oh my gosh, I don't know. She has cancer, can't even walk. Maybe they took her. And then they go looking only to find that they don't find anybody. The guy is gone. What happened to the other person? Left with somebody else? Who knows? That's the way I think it was supposed to be, you know? All right. I love that. She's one short of a sandwich in a picnic basket. All right, guys. Yeah, I would love for you guys to come on over to the other channel about struggling and addiction. And that's everybody has a story to tell with Tidy One Skip. But it doesn't, okay, that still doesn't change anything. It still could be that. So listen, there's been rumor, I don't know if this is true, but there's been rumor that supposedly Gypsy, that Dee Dee had some wounds that were there before some wounds that were there. So if you look at something I read, I don't know if it was the autopsy or part of the autopsy, where they said that some of the wounds of Dee Dee's were newer than other wounds, and that she could have been suffering for 3 or 4 days like that. Like they could have been poking at her like that for 3 or 4 days. So if somebody says, okay, this isn't what I want, it's over. So then she has the packaging shit when Nick gets there, because plan A is already over with. That's what I'm saying. We don't know that. So she might have very well had the stuff there, but I don't think the initial plan was that. I think the initial plan was that Nick was supposed to be a fall guy, and a dead fall guy at that. It was supposed to look like a botched home invasion. And at the last minute, somebody said, no, I don't want this. And then Nick came in and she did what she did. That's what I think happened. Yeah. So I don't know how everything works in the USI, but I hope you managed to get everything sorted. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Well, there's going to be a trial, so that's fine. And then there's going to be another trial, and that's going to be fine too. What time is your live in UK? This pneumonia I've got is giving me. Oh, I'm going to go live in about 45 minutes on the other channel with Rebecca Michelo. This is my mom. So I'm going to have to call her back at some point here. You should watch I did watch the full interrogation. I want to download it and try to clean up the audio. I did watch the full interrogation of both of them. I even did a side-by-side of them. I even did a live thing with the interrogation. He only knows what Gypsy told him and what he saw. He doesn't know when the stuff was supposed to happen. He only knows what a liar told him. That's the point that I'm trying to make. He only knows what a liar told him. So, I mean, it goes to the very beginning of this. It only goes to the very hang on. I've been to Dorset. I've been there. I've been to that coast. I've been to that coast. I have. I love Scotland. I agree. This is something that we disagree with, and that's fine. That's fine. That's cool. Nick had injuries on him. I don't think they were from the job or being stuck in the victim. He did. And if you remember, Gypsy had injuries on her too that she asked Nick to put on her, right? Leave your mark on me. What do you think that was about? I mean, even the cop said, did he do something to you? What are all these marks on you? See, I think that she was winging shit. And I think she just, listen, she's a sick individual and she's living among us. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I've seen a few of the versions of it. I don't know. I know many people have autism, and one thing, they are all pretty smart with his numbers. I think knew how many times he found. I definitely think he did that 4 times. He said 4 times. 4 times, and that's all I think it was. I know. Yep, I know. And I think that that was supposed to make him look I think that that was supposed to make him look like more guilty. Again, you know, we're asking to believe parts of a liar's story that's more convenient for our narrative, right? So, who are we going to believe? She's absolutely evil for sure. Absolutely so. All right, guys. I've been to Monkey World in Dorset. I haven't been to Monkey World, but I've been to Dorset, been to the Jurassic Coast. Anyway, guys, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I just don't want to live there. No offense. I just don't. Thank you guys. Thank you. And I'll see you on the next one. I really do appreciate you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this little spontaneous the spontaneous live. So I appreciate you guys immensely. Susie, again, thank you so much. That was just very kind of you. I really do appreciate it. And I thank all of you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. What are you thinking? Is there anything you got out of this except for the fact that all Gypsy cares about is the way she looks? That's more important to her. She's not trying to change the narrative about anything else except the way she looks. How pathetic is that? All right, guys, be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you. I really do. Thank you. Be good, guys.